Relationships are not just casual encounters, they are profound commitments. They are the frameworks upon which we build our emotional, spiritual, and even physical lives. And yet, they are fragile, bound together by threads of trust, mutual respect, and shared values. When these threads are severed, the entire fabric begins to unravel. Respect is the cornerstone of any healthy and lasting relationship. Without it, the bond between two people is destined to weaken and eventually collapse. Respect goes beyond politeness or courtesy. It's a deep recognition of each other's worth, boundaries, and individuality. When your partner respects you, they see you not just as someone they care for, but as an equal with thoughts, feelings, and aspirations that deserve to be valued and protected. A relationship devoid of respect is a dangerous place to be. When a partner disregards your boundaries, speaks to you with contempt, or acts in a way that diminishes your worth, it creates an environment of emotional instability and pain. These actions are not mere slip-ups, they reflect a deeper issue in their perception of you and the relationship. If disrespect becomes a recurring pattern, it erodes trust, fosters resentment, and undermines the very foundation of love. But here's the critical part: respect is not something that can be begged for or demanded. It must be freely given and mutually upheld. You can't teach someone to respect you if they fundamentally do not value what you stand for. Forgiving isolated mistakes is one thing, but ignoring repeated disrespect is an entirely different matter. Overlooking such behavior sends a message, whether intentional or not, that disrespect is tolerable, that your boundaries can be crossed, and that your worth is negotiable. True respect manifests in how your partner listens to you, supports you, and values your presence. It is evident in how they approach conflict, honor your boundaries, and uphold their commitments. When respect is present, it strengthens trust and fosters a deep sense of safety. When it's absent, everything else, love, loyalty, and connection, will inevitably falter. Respect is the foundation. Without it, nothing can stand. Accountability is a fundamental pillar of any successful relationship. It is the recognition and ownership of one's actions, words, and choices, along with their consequences. Without accountability, a relationship becomes a one-sided endeavor where one person bears the burden of resolving issues while the other deflects, denies, or excuses their behavior. This imbalance creates a toxic dynamic that slowly erodes trust and emotional safety. When a partner makes a mistake or causes harm, their willingness to take responsibility is a powerful sign of maturity and respect. It shows they value the relationship enough to confront their shortcomings, acknowledge the hurt they've caused, and work to make amends. This process is not just about apologizing, it's about understanding the impact of their actions and taking meaningful steps to ensure the behavior does not recur. On the other hand, a refusal to take accountability signals deeper issues. It often manifests as blame shifting, defensiveness, or minimizing the harm they've caused. When someone consistently avoids accountability, they are essentially prioritizing their comfort over your well-being. This behavior not only invalidates your feelings, but also creates a pattern where they feel entitled to hurt you without consequences. Accountability is non-negotiable because it is the foundation for trust and growth. A partner who refuses to own their mistakes cannot truly change. Promises of improvement without accountability are empty words, doomed to be broken. In contrast, a partner who takes responsibility demonstrates integrity and a commitment to the relationship's health. A relationship can survive mistakes, but it cannot endure without accountability. Holding your partner accountable isn't about punishment. It's about ensuring that respect, honesty, and fairness remain central to the relationship. Without these elements, the partnership ceases to be a safe and nurturing space for both individuals to thrive. Boundaries are not barriers to love, they are the structure within which love can grow. They define the limits of what is acceptable and unacceptable in a relationship and serve as a powerful expression of self-respect. Boundaries are not about controlling your partner, they're about protecting your well-being and creating a space where both individuals can coexist harmoniously without fear of exploitation or disrespect. When a partner repeatedly crosses your boundaries, it is more than just a lapse in judgment. It is a fundamental disregard for your needs, values, and sense of safety. Each time a boundary is violated, it chips away at your emotional stability, leaving you feeling unheard, unimportant, or even powerless. Over time, this pattern not only damages your self-esteem, but also erodes the trust and mutual respect required for the relationship to thrive. Healthy relationships require both partners to understand and honor each other's boundaries. This means listening when your partner communicates their needs, making adjustments when necessary, and avoiding actions that would cause harm or discomfort. Boundaries are not static, they can evolve as the relationship deepens, but they must always be respected. Failing to enforce boundaries sends a dangerous message that your limits are flexible, your needs are secondary, and your discomfort is less important than keeping the peace. This can create a dynamic where one partner dominates and the other sacrifices their identity and happiness. On the flip side, honoring boundaries fosters growth. It teaches both partners to communicate openly, resolve conflicts constructively, and respect each other's individuality. A relationship where boundaries are upheld is one where both people feel secure and valued, creating a foundation for deeper connection and mutual growth. Boundaries aren't restrictive, they're the scaffolding that supports a thriving relationship. In relationships, actions speak louder than words and patterns speak louder than promises. While words can be compelling and apologies heartfelt, true change is reflected in consistent behavior over time. Patterns reveal the essence of a person's character and priorities, whereas promises often serve as placeholders for intentions that may never materialize. When someone harms you, be it through betrayal, neglect, or dishonesty, it's natural to want to believe their assurances that it won't happen again. After all, love thrives on hope and the desire for a better future. But hope cannot blind you to reality. The question you must ask yourself is not, what are they saying, but rather, what have they shown me? A promise of change without action is merely an illusion. It might temporarily ease your pain or quell your fears, but if the behavior persists, it becomes clear that the promise was empty. Patterns, on the other hand, are reliable indicators of who someone truly is. Repeated actions, whether positive or negative, demonstrate what a person values and where their priorities lie. If your partner repeatedly engages in behaviors that hurt you, despite apologizing or promising to do better, it's a sign that their intentions are misaligned with their actions. This inconsistency erodes trust and leaves you in a cycle of disappointment and frustration. Breaking this cycle requires courage. It means valuing yourself enough to demand consistency and recognizing that love without accountability is unsustainable. Instead of clinging to promises, look for tangible evidence of growth. Are they genuinely working to improve, or are they merely saying what you want to hear? Trust patterns, not apologies. Change is not proven through words, but through sustained effort. Remember, a healthy relationship is built on reliability, not wishful thinking. Actions repeated over time are what truly define love and commitment.